Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all. I'm really honored to have here my esteemed colleagues and future trendsetters in joining me today for this prestigious TEDx event. For a decade now, I've had the privilege of being a teacher and a mentor. And these roles have granted me a front row seat to witness the experiences and emotions of my student academic journeys that have also deeply impacted my life. Today, I will be sharing some of these patterns and practices followed by my students who have not only thrived through tough times, but also have converted their pain into purpose and succeeded in life. Throughout my career, I've asked this question to myself many times. What do successful students do differently? Do they have a secret formula to success? And the answer that I have found isn't in their academic caliber or learning skills. It is rather about how these students approached and responded to setbacks in their life. It was their mindset, their habits, and resilience that sets them apart. I'm sure that you will find these stories very inspiring, just as they have inspired me in different phases of my life. So the first story that I'll share was actually an eye-opener for me. It is about this girl who I had the honor of interacting with post-results. I asked her about the instincts behind her outstanding performance. She said that all through her life, she had been an obedient girl who followed what everyone else wanted her to be. Her parents wanted her to be a doctor, and although she considered herself average, she managed to fulfill their dreams. All through her MBBS, she was an average student who had no desire to excel, because that was not required to be a part of the life that was planned for her. Her parents fixed her marriage in the final year of MBBS, and her future husband wanted a qualified, homely girl, to which she was a perfect match. Just when it all seemed very well planned, unfortunately, the marriage proposal didn't materialize next year. And to add to her misery, she could not even qualify her postgraduate entrance exams. She found herself standing at the crossroads. She felt that she had given the remote control of her life to others, in this case, her parents and her future partner. That day, she decided that she will take the remote control of her life back in her own hands. And this wasn't easy. It needed introspection, self-realization, and setting clear targets about her future. That day she realized that taking control of life was not just a phrase. It meant a commitment to yourself. When you take control, you shape your life. You're ensuring that it's not just something happening to you. Next year, with a very strong desire to succeed, with all her dedication and hard work, she secured a single-digit rank all across the country. She could change. She could change from being a victim of circumstances to being a winner in her own eyes. This was actually a moment of enlightenment for me. Because, through the different roles that I have played in my life, being a doctor, teacher, mentor, and entrepreneur, there were so many times that even I thought that someone else will come and make me grow. Someone else will help me change for better. But she taught me that change happens when you take the control of your life back in your own hands. It's then you realize, that you feel empowered. You take decisions that fulfill your dreams. And that's when you truly live in the moment and you enjoy the process. The second story that inspires me is actually from my classroom event. During the class, one of my students repeatedly kept leaving the class and he was returning back after a few minutes. So I, being a concerned teacher, asked him about his behavior. He said that, ma'am, I'm suffering from ankylosing spondylitis, a chronic, inflammatory, painful condition of the spine, and I can't even sit for half an hour continuously. I was deeply moved, and I asked him, how do you get the power to push your limits and work so hard? He smiled at me and said, ma'am, whenever I go for my physician visits, the doctor is able to understand the medical part of my suffering, but he has never been able to empathize. So now I have decided that I will become a rheumatologist and I will treat people with similar conditions because I have a unique position. I can see both the doctor's and the patient's perspective. I stood there silent. And then I realized the power in his words. He was actually converting his pain into purpose through his life's challenges, and by taking, some specific steps, practical steps to cope up with these difficult situations. He was using his own experiences to help others. Just a few days back, I got a letter from him inviting me to his clinic where he would be now practicing as a rheumatologist. I had a deep sense of happiness and satisfaction. Not only because I could foresee that his contribution to this branch would be unparalleled, but also because, my student had actually taught me how to lead a purposeful life. My final story is again about a girl who developed a neurological illness in the final year of her MBBS. Because the health was not on her side, she couldn't perform well in the first attempt of her exams. But she came back to me next year with a box of sweets saying that, ma'am, I have succeeded. I was so happy for her. I instantly hugged her and, gave her an unsolicited advice that, you should pursue a light branch for your post-graduation. She was amazed that I remembered her challenges, her struggles, and then she had tears in her eyes. And she said, ma'am, I'm going to opt for a surgical branch. That was my childhood dream. Now, I myself, being from a surgical branch and also behaving like an emotional mentor, told her that, look, it will be very difficult for you, tough for you, to deal with the physical challenges of a surgical branch. It's very hectic. She then looked straight in my eyes, held my hand very tightly, and said that her physical illness may have made her weak, but her life's challenges had definitely made her stronger in her mental strength and willpower. She further added that I will not allow circumstances to define me or what I can become. I was frozen in the moment with goosebumps. And her voice still echoes in my ears when I myself think of taking easier path in my life or when I try to shy away from challenges. So, what do these stories have in common? It is taking control of your life, converting your pain into purpose, and not letting circumstances define what you can become. These qualities are the essence of successful students. Life will always be full of opportunities and oppositions. It's always about using what you have and how you face challenges. Taking control of your life is like carving your destiny. You take decisions that are aligned with your values. You pursue your goals with determination and purpose. And that's what it is all about. Now, as we strive to nurture our future generations, let's encourage not just academic excellence, but also development of these fundamental qualities. Let's nurture resilience and accountability, because these are going to empower our students where they can not only succeed in exams, but also excel in life. In the end, I would like to tell my students, take control of your life. Be who you are. Do it your way. Don't become what others want you to be. You have to be comfortable in your skin, and you have to manage your priorities in a mindful manner. I will thank you all for listening to my stories and insights. So let's continue to inspire and be inspired by fostering an environment where every student can discover their own unique path to success. Thank you so much.